everyone, and welcome back to Peaceful Pixel. Today I'm doing something slightly new. This is just an interlude from Spirit of the North 2, which will continue next week. However, I did get a free review copy from Keymailer for this game called Choice of Life Wild Islands. Now, as I said, this is a free copy, but the review is based on my own opinions. I've not been paid to give an opinion specifically or a review for the game, but I really wanted to have a look at this. It is based on the old 80s, 90s adventure books that I had as a child. It gives you a multiple choice action in the old books. So it's kind of lightly based on that. It looks quite funny. So I was definitely intrigued by it. So let's have a look. Let's get into it. Upscale Studio. So this is actually a free Keymailer for PlayStation, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on Steam as well, and it's not going to be an expensive game, so if you want to try it out for yourself, please do. Okay. Also gave me Monkey Island vibes, which is also fantastic for me because that was one of my favorite childhood games. Okay, so we're getting straight into it. If the ship needs sailors and nobody's signing up, where to find new blood? Swab the deck and listen. Remember what happened yesterday. Listen? Go to a tavern, look for some sturdy men, get them drunk and bring them to the ship. Swab the deck and listen. Why am I swabbing the deck? I'm not a sailor. I'm not being funny. Now, this, it may just be a me thing, but those eyes and that hair specifically looks like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, the Disney original, no remake, no reanimation, don't even go there, but the actual original Disney, the Beast specifically looks like that. Anyway, may just be a me thing. It's not your job. What are you even doing here? The captain passing by glares at you grimly. Seems like this is your job now. Shit. Go, keep talking, I'll have a rest. Yeah. The captain's kick convinced you to take the rag back and clean the deck. Procrastinating didn't work out. Oops, I lost a life. They wake up tied to a wheel and the ship's away at sea. He. Yeah, that's how you got here. Born a land lubber, now a sailor. Escape from the fixed ship, accept your fate. What happens for the best, but who's best? Won't see any land now till we reach America, or so they say, but I know that's all lies. What's the truth? I don't care about your stories. I'm intrigued. There's no America. We're being fooled. Okay. Everyone who wants to go to America was taken to collect some herb. The local people defend it and fight for it to the bitter end. That's why almost nobody returns. What about those who returned after all? What is this herb? I don't know, brother. What I really know is that the plague is near. The herb will be worth its weight in gold to the ones who have it. Got it? We need to tell everyone. I need to tell everyone. I need to tell the captain. The captain gave you some wine from his stash and promised to cut your throat if you told anyone else. The next night, the chatterbox sailor fell overboard. But we got our life back, so I don't care. And he was a douchebag anyway. Time is passing on the ship, and there's more and more work to be done, and more hungry mouths to feed. Help in the galley, swab the deck with the others. It's been a long day, okay? If my reading is not quite up to par, like it usually is, GG's reading, I'm sorry. You could learn to cook here if only they cooked anything edible. You notice that the cook is stealing food. Tell the sailors, steal too. Steal too? No, tell the sailors. The sailors get angry and want to give the cook a beating, but they can't. He's the captain's brother-in-law. He's not to be messed with around here. Brothers, get down to the cargo hold for bare-knuckle fighting. Anyone who doesn't come is a captain's rat. Like a little punchy, You walk into the center of the hold. Right then, a sturdy sailor gets up and he obviously wants to show everyone his strength by demonstrating it on your teeth. Your opponent aims a heavy blow at your head. Jump aside, block the hit him in the stomach. Jump aside, make him a fool. You jump aside and the opponent hits a thorny beam with all his might. However, this just makes him angrier. Your opponent holds your shoulder with his left hand and aims at your teeth with his right. Headbutt him. Hit him with your knee. Yeah. Your hit is his weak spot. Your opponent bellows in pain and unbands you. Now you can hit him one more time. Make a quick turn and parry the hit. Trip over but grab the opponent. Parry. You messed up the turn, tripped over and took some time to stand. I mean, of course I messed up the parry. Your opponent is declared the winner. Well, what are we doing here? Loafing about? I'll skin you alive, you vermin. Run out of the hold. Hide in the nearest barrel. Ooh, trophy earned. Hidden threat. Total received. Hidden threat. Nice. You're a bit wet and smell of rum leftovers, but the boatswain hasn't found you yet. You've been in the barrel for quite a while, but who knows? Maybe it's still dangerous outside. Come out carefully. Wait until everyone's definitely asleep. In the end, your arms, legs, and butt have gone numb. Getting out was really painful. I lost a heart. The food is running out. The work doesn't stop. It's the second week already and we still haven't seen America. Now we can't even have fun. Brothers, let's rise up against this tyranny. Yeah, fudge it. The knights will take upon arms. Long live freedom, booze, and brotherly love. Ooh, opened ways. All up mutiny, cursor moving, map moving. Right, and okay. Oh, buff. Sure. The all-up is empty. The mutineers are on the deck. The dissenters are in the hold. There's only one strange sailor with a deck of cards sitting in the far corner. Approach the sailor, look for something useful. I'm going to approach him. The sailor raises his head and looks at you blearily. What are you, the Fool and the Lovers. Very interesting. The Chariot. Here he is. What are you talking about? What kind of devilry is this? I better examine another corner. What are you talking about? The cards are bad for everyone on the ship, except for our captain maybe, but it's a matter of interpretation. Why did you come here? Just to look at some cards? Or maybe we'll play something. Play cards are in. Tell me more. What does it mean? Playing cards is sinful. What? No, we're playing. Love me a bit of Gwent. Oh, blackjack. Okay. I like me a bit of blackjack too. Let's not waste time. Pick a card. Take a card. You picked 6. You have 6 in total. You want more or is it enough? It's more. 12. Oh, shit. 12 is not the best. More. Oh, jackpot 18. I've had enough. Now the strange sailor is picking cards. Well, let's count. You've got 18. I've got 26. Boom, baby. I can rich. Oh, sorry. I should have read that. I just was looking at my teeth. I've had a good time. Drop by when you're free. I'm always up for a game or two. I can get rich this way. To hit the big time, you should play somewhere else instead of this doom ship. A sack of dried fruit will be enough for you. 3 hearts. Nice. Just then, several people at once start to pound at the all-up door. You can hear them shouting things like, "Swindler, and you will pay for this." Did you fleece someone in a card game or what? Someone didn't like reading your card. Card reading, sorry. Well, yes, but I played fair. That ace up my sleeve was keepsake from my mother. Cheat. Here you are, Germaine. We had to break the door open. Now we'll put you in its place, lube you up, and put a hole in you. Excuse me? I got him. Grab him before he escapes. You'll do none of that. Damn it. I was trying to be good. Total received Defender of the Faith. Mysterious hand waving in an authoritative tone didn't work. You got the beating and the sailor ran away. Bastard. Now the all-up is full of mutineers and there's no chance to line your pockets here. Go back to the deck. Okay. Mutiny. Unlike you, I know how to count. I've got just as many people as you like dogs. So I just put like in there. I do like dogs. It's all up to the skill, and I have plenty of attack. Rush forward with the others. Stay a bit behind. Shoot from a distance. Separate from the others and outflank. Yeah. Anarchist. You fight alone, but how you fight? The boatswain himself considered you a worthy opponent. Damn the boatswain himself. Boatswain is approaching you with brandishing his cutlass. There's nowhere to run. The sea is at your back. Fuck. Oh god. The boatswain is faster. He hits you so bad that nearly you lose your hand. The boatswain decided that cutting you will take too long and took out his gun. Hit his gun with the cutlass. Duck. Cheers. The bullet tore your clothes and left a wound on your back. You've managed to avoid the strict rep because you died before it happened. Shiz. Okay. Let's try that again then. Good. I'm glad it gives me another chance. I did not survive very well. Okay, so let's do this. Unlike you, I know. Oh, so while others were fighting in hand-to-hand combat, you grabbed the musket and shot the cook. Then the boatswain approached you and knocked the musket from your hands. R1, make the first attack. I did that before, didn't I? Evade. The deck is packed. The boatswain misses you and hits his own men. Whew. The boatswain decided that cutting you would take too long and took out his gun, so I'm going to hit it with my cutlass. Because of your attack, the boatswain accidentally pulled the trigger and shot himself in the leg. There you are, old dog. Stand aside, landlubber. I'll deal with the boatswain myself. Yep. The cannoneer quickly finished off the boatswain. Of course, it was you that softened him up. Brothers, victory is ours! First order is your new captain, the old boss, and his cronies get the dinghy. Dinghy? Oh, it's because it's curved. Okay. And the paddle the hell away. Yeah. Captain lost his left eye and almost all his supporters are dead. Only 2 sailors and the navigator go with him on the boat. For some reason, when they go into the open sea, they smile in a suspicious manner. There's a few of us now, but we'll manage. Let's celebrate. Yeah. There's plenty of food now, and even the armless cabin boys make better meals than the Glig cooks. And what a feast without some gossip. Our brothers, what a life we'll live. We'll sail wherever we want and not to... Wait, where were we sailing to? To a secret colony to gather grass? Somewhere to America? Does it matter? Let's say America. Yeah, that part is clear, but where exactly? Captain told us about some medicine that can be smuggled real profitable. Pulling our leg, that's for sure. How could some pills be their weight in gold? Eat, listen, nod. So what comes next? And if it's true? Dream on. He kept mentioning some Oxford professor. Ha! You know these guys. 3 books on science, 27 on magic. So what comes next, I guess? Yep. Go to the nearest port and then, we'll figure it out. Time to take a shot, everybody. The rest of the night is a blur. Next day, you wake up on the deck. Storms, steer clear, you strays. The captain left us his parrot. What storm? Steer clear of what? Fools, careful, rational. Now the parrot won't let you go. He follows you even after he's fed. Bastards. More days go by, no familiar stars in the sky, no land to be seen. The new captain gives orders every day, but does he really know what he's doing? Captain, you sure we're headed the right way? I'm starting to understand what the parrot was saying. See you in paradise, Orlando's a good boy. I saw the land, that point in the horizon told you I know what I'm doing. Hooray, we're close. Must be a mountain still, a long way to go. No time to rejoice. A scared sailor approaches you. That dark cloud on the horizon is a sign of an approaching storm coming towards us. God, Captain, we're doomed! It's all right. We'll reach the land before it's too late. The cannoneer captain gives a very, very painful smile, and the navigator will look upon them from hell and see we managed without his scholarly prattle. Can a bunch of low-experienced sailors control the ship in such a situation? Yes, the shore is close, but the storm is closer. Prepare for the storm. I feel like we need to. There are many former landlubbers who were tied to the wheel just a month ago, but no veteran boatswain who knows how to survive during the storm. If you could land before the storm begins, everyone would certainly survive. But if you're already in the hands of the storm, then being so close to the land is, on the contrary, very, very crack. Storm. The main mast is cracking at the center and going to fall. You're standing right in its ray. Thrust forward to the base of the mast. Slivers were flying everywhere, but by some miracle they didn't hit you. A huge wave lifts the ship and tilts it on its side. Sailors are sliding down the deck at the risk of falling overboard. Clutch the railings, I feel. For some time you're hanging over the oceanic abyss, your fingers starting to bleed and unable to hold you any longer. Then the ship bobs on the next wave and straightens up. Don't panic, hoist the boats out. We have 2 of them, there's enough for everyone. Go to the dinghy near the stern of the ship. Go to the dinghy near the bow of the ship. A huge wave lifts the ship, knocking you off your feet. The ropes holding the boat are tearing. The boat flies out and crashes against the ship's steer. Okay, go to the bow then. All the sailors who are still alive are gathered near the boat, but there's not enough seats for everyone. Before the dinghy could be untied, the stabbing started. No one wants to stay on the ship. No one wants the dinghy to sink from it being overloaded. Think of another way to save yourself. I'll be on the boat at any cost. The detailed plan of saving yourself, written with reason, the deck seemed perfect before it was washed away by another wave. Oh, there's not so many sailors near the boat. Many of them won't need it anymore, but the fight is still going. Should I risk it? Yes. Alas, more than just another one bites the dust. At last, the fight has calmed down. Those who survive get on the boat. You paddle as fast as you can, but the waves are throwing you back. The boat cracks, it fills with water. Bail out the water. Your hands get numb from the cold, but now there's a little bit less of water in the boat. It's punishment, a punishment for our sins. We died because we betrayed our captain. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Forgive us, Lord, for our sins. Clench your teeth and keep paddling. That's what I would do. Some sailors are praying, others are cursing their luck. You're just paddling, you're almost... An incredible blast of wind picks up the boat and smashes it on the cliffs. Draw your knees up to your chest. Brace yourself. The boat broke into pieces and you were the only one who survived. Now you'll have to fight nature alone. Storm stroke. Right. What are you doing here? Shoo. Do you know where to go? I'll follow you. It's hard to say how the parrot knows anything about the storm, but when you follow him, you feel less tired. The shore is very close. You're very close to shore, but you're now too exhausted to fight the storm. No, final push, give up and relax. Final push. By some miracle, you still had the strength to reach the shore, but had it been yet a yard further, you would have drowned. Wow, that was stressful. Somehow you managed to get to the shore and crawl up to a place where the waves couldn't get you. That's a reason to be happy. Unfortunately, you're too exhausted. Breathe out. You descend into sleep. The storm destroyed the ship. Nobody from the crew managed to survive. You alone were swept to an unknown, uninhabited shore. You're alive, but for how long? Wow. Island. Day spring morning. The parrot hops around your body, occasionally nibbling on it. Leave me alone, I barely survived. You must be hungry. Orlando had a breakfast. Orlando is good. Rising to your feet, you see the storm has subsided, but you can still see the horrible signs of the storm everywhere. See the shore, climb higher. Climb higher? As you climb up the cliffs, you see a large rainforest nearby, but you don't have the energy to reach it. You're distracted from looking around by rumbling in your stomach. Then all the wounds, bruises, and scrapes from last night come back to mind. Endure hunger and explore the beach. I wonder if the parrots are edible. Look for food. Sweet coconuts, bananas, and dates, all of which you didn't see on the island. There is hardly any food to be found on this bare beach, but you can't help but look, especially since the parrot has flown away and it's not going to help us. Look for food along the shore, look for near the forest. Flowers smell really weird. The first mushroom you eat makes you dizzy, and berries look more dangerous than all the animals that are probably already watching you. Very nearby on the top of a cliff, you see a fat seagull, not noticing anything. Carefully sneak up on the seagull, throw a rock. The stone almost hits the target, but it hits the rocks just below the seagull, bounces off, and bouncing off the rock flies right into your face. Proudly stare at the stone. Duck. The rock flew safely past, but a frightened seagull pooped on your back. After recovering from your humiliation, you notice a deep crack in the rock. In the crack at the base of the cliff, a beautiful plant with fragrant leaves grows. Just looking at it makes you drool. Taste the leaves. I won't eat it. It's probably poisonous. You turn around and want to leave, but your legs won't go back, and your stomach is already twisted with hunger. Maybe dying from poison isn't such a bad idea after all. Still very hungry. The plant tasted bitter, a little spicy, but satiating. Still, is it poisonous or not? Put 2 fingers in your mouth. Or what, to throw up? Slowly but surely you're getting better and better. It's like a miracle plant. Even bruises and cuts don't hurt as much as they used to. And I've got 2 additional hearts. Wow. Now you're feeling surprisingly good. You can do something that doesn't involve food. Walk around the shore. How could this plant help so much? I'm gonna have an investigation, I think. The eastern shore of a semicircular bay may be littered with shipwrecks, but the fallen trees on the western side shore may be useful for building a shelter, which I think we need to do. And something interesting from the ship will probably be found there as well. The farther you go, the harder it becomes to wade through the fallen trunks and branches. You don't have the tools to clear the way. Take a rest. After resting, you continued on your way, which became marginally easier. A strong wind starts blowing from the sea, and you remember that you were very wet after the storm. Take your clothes off. You didn't freeze, but in trying to climb further, you hit a broken branch with your bare foot. Ouch. At last, you've reached the end of the bay. Not far from you, a large box is bobbing on the waves. You can see an upturned dinghy on the headland opposite you. Pull the crate ashore, then swim to the dinghy and get on the crate. There. It turned out the box to be a carpentry tool, so we'd have to go back for it to fix the dinghy. The dinghy is damaged, but it can still be repaired, even with your questionable skills. Fix the dinghy. Oh no. You had to swim back for the toolbox, then back, and only then take on the job. As a result, you're dead tired. You've patched up the dinghy. Now it will be enough to reach the wrecked ship or the mysterious cave darkening among the rocks. But that's all tomorrow. Wait the night out. You lie on the bottom of the boat and fall into a restless sleep. All night long, dream of shipwreck and raging sea. Okay. So, there's the cave. And there's the shipwreck. I think we should go here to see what we can salvage. Oh, look, yeah. Cool. The ship hasn't sunk yet, but it's only a matter of time. You have to get everything you can off the ship at once. But how do you get on deck? Pick a paddle and climb over it. Get in the crack. Yeah. You got stuck and it didn't manage to get back into the dinghy until 10 minutes later. Oops. Looks like it's not going to be easy to get on the ship. Swing and jump. Climb up the side. Creeper. Normally you wouldn't be able to do this. Luckily the ship is somewhat holy after the storm. Holing. Broken deck boards, remnants of the mast, a pile of sailcloth gear. Not so long ago it had been in the order, but now... Look for useful items. Oh no, first you were glad when you found a short rope and bored with a nail, but then you fell through a hole in the deck. You've only started exploring the ship, but you've already expended so much energy that you can barely stand on your feet. You're gonna take a nap. You didn't realize you were asleep. You would have been swept out to sea with the ship if it hadn't been for a seagull shouting loudly in your ear. As you carry away any surviving supplies of food from the galley, you hear a squeak. The rabbits kept by the cook survived the storm. Take them with you? Oh no. It was harder than you thought. The rabbits didn't realize you were working for their benefit and bit you hard. You've become an example for future shipwreck survivors, an example of how not to survive. I mean, I didn't do too badly on that run. You have to say I've survived a storm, but yeah, I was too kind, right? Let's try this. Oh no. That was a terrible idea. Okay. Get in the crack. And then we're gonna climb up the side. Inspect the damage. You memorized the most damaged places on the broken deck, and you have also found a hole covered with sailcloth. A real trap, and you won't fall into it now. Take a nap. Sorry, rabbits. On a wrecked ship, it's nowhere to cook, but you're still pretty well stocked. After taking all the supplies from the deck, you reach the stairs to the hold. It's broken and there's water splashing below. Go to the hold. It's full of all goods and supplies. Too bad a lot of it's already soggy. 2 sacks, one full of silver and one half empty with soggy breadcrumbs. We're stuck in a crack in the middle of the bottom. Silver, I guess. Mercantilist. What? No, you have a whole bag of money. Really? What do you need it for on a desert island? Well, in case we survive. The bow of the hold is deeply submerged in water, but under the water you see a very large, beautiful chest. I won't take the risk for it. Hook it up with something. The chest was very heavy. It wouldn't budge an inch. Gonna have to. Shiznit. Putting the chest atop, you not only swallow the water but also exhaust yourself, and in the end it turned out the chest is locked and cannot be opened even with an axe. After taking what you can from the hold, you realize you can't drag such a load up the broken ladder. Climbing these stairs with a load in your hand is not easy, but there were more difficult tasks on the ship. From the wreckage on the port side of the ship, you can hear faint moans you haven't noticed before. Gonna have to check it. Among the broken planks there lies a sailor pressed down by the mainsail mast. Water, red water. Inspect the wounds and try to help. Not help. Pulling back a few deck walls, you notice the sailor's gutted abdomen. These wounds are incompatible with life. Give him some water. Had the strength to take up a couple of sits, and he pointed you to a hiding place. There must be something in there that will help him get out from under the rubble. The stash is well hidden behind the boards. Without knowing where it is, you wouldn't have found it. Item received, healer's tools. There's a bundle of tools in the stash, but they don't fix ships, they fix people. There's also some kind of letter. Back to the sailor. The sailor didn't wait for you and gave his breath. Anna, who wrote him this letter, won't wait for him now. At last moment, you notice the captain's closet full of useful stuff, but you've packed so much that it won't all fit in. Find wine or pick up books. Let's pick up books. Book about farming. Now sitting alone on the island, you will definitely not be bored. Looks like it's starting to rain and there's not much useful left on the ship, although plenty pounder ship cannon looks tempting. No, that's enough. Time to go. Dreams of heavy weapons on your base will only remain dreams. The next storm will smash the ship into splinters, and storms are frequent this time of year. Road, shore. You didn't take everything, but you still had the most important thing. Okay. Interesting. Each. When the dinghy is close to shore, the wind begins to carry it away from the shore. Desperately row to shore. Go with the flow. Oh no. I died again. Go with the flow then. While we were sunbathing and enjoying rum from the supplies, the current dragged the boat past the reef. Lucky, or was it? Wow. I would have died so many times already, just trying to be logical. There's a rocky cape ahead and the dinghy is being carried straight towards it. Turn the dinghy to shore immediately. You managed to direct the dinghy onto the overgrown shore before it crashed into the rocks. You managed to sail ashore and unload your supplies onto land, and the dinghy sprung a leak. Make fire and rest. You still couldn't find a rock that would be a comfortable pillow. Unfortunately, the rest didn't work. Inspect the find. A lot of things are falling into disrepair after the storm, but the most useful things were preserved. An excellent duffel bag, 2 bundles of supplies, carpentry tools, and many, many bottles of rum. Take the essentials. An old arquebus, a small barrel of gunpowder, and a rusty saber. With this, you will go to conquer the desert island. The dinghy is no longer of any use to you. It has now completely collapsed. All that's left is to explore the forest ahead. Cover supplies. The large branches of the palm tree will protect the supplies from the scorching sun and rain for a while. 2 steps later, you turn around and realize you can't see the shore anymore. Trees on the right side, trees on the left side. There are also trees above, below, for a change, very swampy soil. You realize very quickly that you don't understand where you came from, where you are now, or even if there's any life at all outside those trees. Bravely go forward. Half an hour later, you have successfully crept 10 or 20 yards ahead. You are desperately jealous of the parrot who managed it in half a minute. Oh, he's back now, is he? Say it, food nearby. If you're so smart, show the way. Orlando is not fool. The parrot cried and flew away. A ship cat would make a better ally. You lose sight of the parrot pretty quickly, but you notice that the trees are getting smaller and the sunset is glistening in the distance. Carefully make your way to the light. Oh my goodness, I'm being careful and I die. As you slowly crawled, the evening midges woke up and decided to snack on you. Your caution paid off handsomely. Go with the flow. Turn the dinghy. Take essentials. Go into the woods. We go forward. Yeah. Rush forward then. The last of your strength ran out before you even entered the forest. The dash only gave you 14.6% acceleration. The forest suddenly ended. A small valley opened up ahead and studded with fruit trees and berry bushes. Be careful just in case it's poisonous. You didn't find anything poisonous, so you can eat. This valley is a paradise. Plants with fruit, a river with fish, safe cliffs, and no wild animals are to be found. It's an excuse to continue the feast. It's a reason to research properly. You quickly found your way to the sea, bypassing the forest. It's not as difficult to drag your belongings. True, you didn't find a place of refuge, but that's a paradise anyway. This place is unbelievable. There's enough food here to last for years if you eat it in moderation. But what is moderation when everything smells so delicious? Curious about that cape. From it, you can survey the surroundings and develop a plan of action, although the plan of living in the valley at your own pleasure isn't a bad one already. After resting and eating, you quickly made your way to the cape. Getting to the top shouldn't be difficult. The slope ahead looks gentle. I'm going up the hillside. Your journey is going surprisingly easy and enjoyable. Today seems to be your lucky day. You have reached the top and may now observe the island. Yes, the island is a desert one, it seems. Now it's my desert island. Dear Lord, why me? Otherwise it would be too easy. How would you heroically prevail if civilization was easy to get to? As you descend from the cape, you notice a wide and deep crack in the rock. It looks like a good place to stay for the night. Wouldn't it be better if Parrot pointed me to a shelter? Look inside. The crack is also deep, but there are no suspicious noises coming from there, which makes it even more suspicious. The deeper you squeeze inside the cliff, the darker it gets around you. Logical, but very uncomfortable. Get a fire starter rag out of your pocket. Title received Magician. From the pockets that have never been mentioned before, you take out a firebrand and light a torch. The burning rag shines well, but smells even better. Suddenly, the crack widens abruptly, turning into a fairly wide cave. It is dry, warm, and very empty. I've seen everything I need to see. Inspect the walls, search the cave. Fortunately, the cave was free of mold, dangerous animals, and scary old goats, and it did have a small fresh water source. You're about to climb out of the cave, but then you realize that it's much harder to get into the crack from this side than from that side. I'll just spend the night here, lose weight dramatically, find a way out. You'll sleep soundly on an even stone floor and an empty stomach. Quietly, you'll feel fine. After half an hour, it became too painful to fool yourself. Really? Oh my goodness. I'm all the way back here. I should just go through this quickly. Okay, so we're living forever and we're forgetting about the cave. Sure. That looks ominous. Valley of Delight. Great food, great drinks, a cozy bed of herbs. By the 5th day, you're dead tired of it all. Find new pastime, explore the island. All that's left to do is pack your belongings, and there's not much left. You've scattered them all over the valley. Half an hour later, you found everything you need except the gun. Go over that gun, it's no big deal. View the valley from a high cliff, look under every rock. You found 24 strange rocks and a bunch of different insects, but not the gun. You're climbing up the cliff, and suddenly you see shotgun was stuck in the branches of the tallest tree in the valley. Shake the tree, climb a tree, but it couldn't have been there. Treasure received, the master of boredom. Of course, the gun should have fallen on your head, but no, you caught it. Finally, you leave the valley, and suddenly you see a suspicious cloud overhead. Keep moving forward, shoot the cloud. I just want to do it. You got caught when it started raining and had to head back to the valley. You were attacked by an angry wild pig. Oh, that was too funny. Okay, I'll be serious. Keep moving forward. Looks like it's starting to rain. You'll have to go back after all. The cold wind rain has increased 100-fold. It's starting to storm as the sky turns bold. Throw your clothes off and dance. Absolutely. Thunder rumbles deep and the lightning strikes bright. Nature's fierce power ignites the night, dark night. The morning after a night of dancing, you're sore from everything that can hurt. Open the ship's medicine drawer, try to lie down. Medicine drawer? Oh my god, you gulp down the first bar you come across, and you even notice it says for exterior use only. Come on. How can I be so silly? Medicinal herbs? It's full of fruits, fish, flowers, but no medicinal herbs. You've lost track of time. Has the illness plagued you for an hour, a day, a week? Is there nothing you can do? Chew on some root. You feel good, really good, too good. And by the way, what are those voices in your head? Yeah, buddy, you're in trouble, but don't sweat it. I'm gonna help you. Ah! You've got a good voice, my friend, a powerful voice. You should sing in the choir. Here we go. How about game of 21? If you win, you're cured. Cool. God, this is not good. You pick 2 and you have 2 in total. You want more? More. You have 8 in total. You pick 6 more. 11. Come on, make me a 10. Enough. Okay. Of course you've got 20. You know, this time the game wasn't much more interesting. I died. Christ. Try to lie down. Seems that way you have a better chance of recovery, but it takes time. Pray for recovery. Oh, a miracle. Three prayers later, you hear a voice, but do angels speak with an Irish accent? He's back. Are you a ghost? You could say that or not. It's the bet. One day of your life, if you win, you don't have to cheer. If you lose, let's say, you'll feel worse. I won't play. You wake up exactly where you were, but you feel a little better. Think about everything you've heard. An imprudent thinker. You spend all day thinking about it, and at night you have nightmares. Another 24 hours of thinking like that, and you'd go insane. Things look different after the storm. The storm felled a lot of trees, and behind the thinning forest, you can see a picturesque mountain. Quiet communion with the nature is good for the health. Nice. You admire the mountain for a long time until you notice a thin trickle of smoke near the top. It could be people. I live here by the beautify the valley. Sorry, I'd rather find entertainment in the valley. Hurry up and find the humans. You bravely set out on a hike, but after an hour you were so exhausted you had to crawl back to the valley. Not much strength left after the storm. Mountain on the horizon beckons to you. There could be adventures, beautiful vistas, and living people. The foot of the mountain is covered with dense forest. Getting through it was a challenge. Well, soon you find a creek. It's easier to climb along it. The creek is full of fish, so many you can catch with your hands. Make a fish pond. Fisherman. It took a long time, but what a good catch. You're very thirsty. The stream is very close by, but you have a bad feeling. Sip from the flask. Flask is almost empty, but there was not such problem in the valley. So, error. But there was no such problem in the valley. You keep walking. Up ahead, two muddy mountain goats are fighting in the creek. Sorry. So the water in this creek, huh? Watch the fight. Spectator. You hide in the bushes and enjoy the spectacle. One goat falls, the other stands proudly over his defeated foe. Watch eating seeds. The goat, after showing off a bit, walks away. You approach the down goat. It's alive but bleeding. Try and help. You wash bandage goat's wounds. He says he's grateful, meh, and slowly rises to his feet. The rescued goat is following you. Chase the goat away. Speed up. That's my goat now. Item received. Goat. All that's left is to give it a name. What are you going to name your goat? Baphomet. Jack. Goat. Wow, your poor imagination doesn't diminish your virtues. Thank you. By sunset, you reach the source of the creek in the rock. Nearby, you can see a small cave. You find a couple of strange stone carvings, tools likes of which you've never seen before. Stay overnight. The goat lies down next to you. You lay your head on it like a pillow and sleep better than you ever have in your life. Yes. In the morning, you are awakened by a loud noise and a roar. Check to see what's there. You walk out to a small waterfall and you see there's a caiman and a jaguar fighting at the waterfall. Hide and watch, hurry back. You stumble and roll until you've skinned yourself all you can. Wow. You're still alive and there's a straight open mountainside in front of you. The smoke you saw must have come from there. There was no sign of any human presence. It's either a shadow or an experienced scout. You continue on your way. By noon, you reach a steep cliff. It's going to be difficult to climb. Is that a rope? Where did it come from? You look around and there's no one around, and the rope itself is almost rotten from the sun and rain. Find another way up. Climbing up the sheer cliffs was difficult, but it was safer than that rotten rope. Yes. Finally, you have climbed to the top of the cliff, and there are no footprints here, but the view from here is simply stunning. The whole island is in the palm of your hands. In the center of the island, amidst the cliffs. To the west, too close to the coast. Up north, somewhere far, far away. Yes, a step pyramid can be seen in the distance. It appears to be the work of man, not nature. Finally, you've climbed to the wait a minute. Okay, fine. We're just looking. It's fine. You see a beautiful coral reef. Nice. You see a smaller island in the ocean, smoke rising above it. A volcano or a settlement. That's enough. In a little more time, this view will be as boring as the valley. You need new impressions, new ones. The new views of the island make you want to write poems and recite them, but you're only listening as a parrot. Oh, what about a goat? I've erected a monument to myself. With every step we chase the light up. Once upon a time... Oh, I'm going to get that one. The valleys deep and mountains bright. Embracing hope, we rise and soar. Together united, we'll explore. The parrot nods in agreement. When you finish the poem, you feel unprecedented satisfaction. You're a genius, a hedonist, a hero. And it doesn't matter that you haven't found people. This is just the beginning of your great story. But what happened next? Back to the valley or explore the island further? All these questions swelled in your head as you descended the mountain. Fragile rock. Secrets beyond the mountain. Unexpected event. You're stopped by a sharp pain in your foot and an unknown plant sprout sticking out of your foot. Its thorns oozing red liquid. Examine the foot. Several of the spikes are deeply embedded in the skin and oozing some kind of fluid mixed with blood. Ugh. If you pull the thorns out, you're bound to bleed a lot more. Watch out. You tore a small scrap of cloth from your clothing and gently pulled the spikes out of your foot, immediately applying the cloth to the wound. Your knowledge of botany is not enough to find out if the plant is poisonous. Reasons tell you it's better to be safe. Clean the wound, suck the poison. We had to show considerable flexibility to reach my mouth all the way to my heel. The poison mixes with the horrible saliva is horribly bitter in your mouth. When you look at your wounded leg, you get blurry-eyed and dizzy. Either the poison has kicked in or you're a very impressionable person. You have gathered your will and promised yourself not to die. There is no telling how long you will be able to keep that promise. You exhaled and decided to find out where the sprouts you stepped on led. The investigation led you to a bush with bright pink flowers. You took another look at the thorns and unlocked a painful memory from your childhood when you once fell into a thistle bush. Bush? I can read English. Surely that was it. You felt ashamed of yourself for panicking so violently over a harmless plant. Then again, who doesn't panic on a desert island? Walk away. Now that the threat of the death from the poison was out of the way, you continued your journey, taking each step carefully. There is something new hiding around every corner of the mountain trail. You wonder what you will find on this side of the island. Paradise Shore's mysterious remote should go back to the valley. You don't know what happened to it in your absence. Well, actually, no, I don't want to do that. Paradise Shores. The murmur of the tide, the sound of the surf, and you're by the sea and white shores. In your reverie, you didn't notice you slipped, and now you're rolling downhill fast. Yo-ho! You glide dashingly down a winding, rocky path and then crash full speed into a tree. And then another tree and a third. The crazy descent ends with a dark tunnel. This is where you can rise to your feet. Look around. After carefully examining the walls of the tunnel, you find another one. Very narrow, but if you lie on your stomach, you can get through. Before you got to the island, you had climbed the tighter places too. You should be fine. You hadn't crawled for 10 yards before you got stuck. Tunnel's getting fit. Wait and then try again. Oil yourself. It took the whole bottle, but now you can finally get out. It's just when you're about to break through, something starts biting your toes. You're able to quickly set a rag on fire. The fire briefly distracts the rodents. Squeaking, hissing, and scraping can be heard from all directions. It's a rat's nest. Turns out the wet rats in the dark tunnel burn very badly. The rats are scared and confused. They won't eat you, but they won't let you run away either. Distract the rats with something. They won't. I'll run away anyway. Distract. You have a piece of stale bacon left over. The rats got distracted and forgot about you. In the middle of the tunnel, a brook babbles merrily. Wash up. Go upstream. Go downstream. Go downstream. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. Ahead, you can see a way out. The brook tends to a crack in the rock and plunges down into the lake. Jump in the stream and slide down. Walk on the rocks and jump off. Shit. I tried. Come on now. Yoo-hoo! Yes. Oh, I have no life. Okay, so mysterious treasures then. Good thing you didn't go back to the valley without you. Those lucky finds would be lost. Try to stop them. You were only able to slow your descent just a little bit, but because of that, you got around a tree in your path just in time. Okay. Go into the second tunnel. Put oil on myself. Light a fire. Set the nest on fire. Distract them. Let's go upstream. Tunnel ends in a dead end here. A bush with large yellow berries grows. Nice. Wash up. Now you're the cleanest sailor on the island. See a light at the tunnel. So let's walk on the rocks and jump off. It wasn't easy, but you didn't break anything. Nice. The surface from the lake and sea, there's no way to climb up the cliff and it's not far to the shore. Float lazily on your back. Nearby, you notice a large log. Grab the log. The log immediately bites you. It's a caiman. Hi. Caiman clearly wants to eat you for lunch and you can't stand on the bottom to fight back. Swim further to shore. You swim so fast that the caiman only has time to grab your pant leg. Now you only have one pant leg. You've reached shallow water, time to get on your feet and fight the caiman. Sit on. Hit the eyes. Caiman is in a lot of pain, but it's not backing down. There is time to escape, but here you see an opportunity for a counterattack. For sure. You make it to the dry land, but the caiman is crawling after you. Caiman flashes a hungry smile and continues to chase after you. Send a kiss. Caiman is so baffled by this kind of move that you manage to run far away. Finally, you can run away from the caiman, but where to go? Down the shore. Caiman is far behind you. Ahead, the dark can already be seen. Caimans again. They came ashore to warm up and blocked your path to the woods. Run back, jump on the backs. I have to do all of that again? No, I'm not doing that again. Let's go this way. Eager to enjoy the view, you climb up on a hill near the edge of the cliff. Sitting and gazing into the distance, you throw pebbles into the sea until you notice that the stones break off the rock effortlessly. Write your name. You can't do anything with your bare hands and no tools. Walk away. That's enough. The adventure awaits. Okay, there was really nothing to that then. We are returning back and I will rush through. There's a chest. This is different. You probably have an easier time getting out of tough situations. We don't have to wear it all the time. It's not a bad chair though. Bitterly kick it. He's not bad at you. He's having a hard time with you too. You've had enough rest and put a heavy load on your back again. Hit the road. It may not be easy, but the chest has almost become your friend. It's always there for you and is about to be ready to be opened. There are many more adventures ahead of you. Paradise Shores. Try to stop. Go through second tunnel, I think. Oh, I'm too clean. Waiting is very boring. You fall asleep, wake up and fall asleep again. Someone get fat in the 2 weeks in the valley. More and more waiting. You squeeze a few more feet forward. You're stuck again. You haven't lost enough weight, but you're hungry enough. This is bad. You don't know how long you've spent here, how many pounds of weight you've lost, but you've finally broken free. Light a fire, and I die. Okay. But we have to go through, so maybe we go somewhere else and not in the second tunnel now, because we just can't do that. At the entrance of the tunnel, the floor becomes slippery again. You roll backwards and smash the back of your head into the stone wall. Go through the tunnel. You can always find something interesting in tunnels, treasure, riddles, powerful, ugly vampires. The tunnel keeps going on and on, but then you see a hole in the floor. Look inside. Somewhere deep down, there's an old sack lane. You can't see anything else around. Down. Oh my goodness. I'm just doing terrible now. So we jump over. It was a good try, but you went downhill. You get to your feet, turn around and see a skeleton. Freeze. You frozen. The skeleton is frozen too. It's been dead a long time. The skeleton sits on the stone floor and doesn't move. It doesn't seem to be cursed. Some native died here years ago. Examine. The skeleton has broken leg bones. Someone fell in here and couldn't get out. Hell with the skeleton. I need to get out. There's no way out here anywhere, and the skeleton's fate doesn't inspire much hope. Only a distant hole in the ceiling leads to a freedom if you don't count the narrow slit in the wall. Climb a makeshift ladder. Widen the cleft. Do you do that? Oh my goodness. The blast killed me. This is not good. I'm not doing very well on this one. We have like one option left. I'm gonna jump over. Please. Rob? It's going to set you find a fire starter, a couple of knives, and strange savage tools. Makeshift ladder. As soon as you get to the top, the ladder breaks and falls down. There's no way to get back up. Ahead is low ceiling tunnel, and two glowing eyes are watching from there. Shot in the dark, throw yourself into melee, take a fighting stance. The wildcat lazily emerges from the tunnel, looks at you skeptically, and goes about his business. In the middle of the tunnel, a brook babbles merrily. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to walk on and jump off. Hurry up and forward. You're close to the shore, but you're running out of energy. We're going to swim. You keep swimming and see a hungry caiman swimming after you. Swim further. You swim so fast that the caiman only has time to grab a plant leg. We're going to hit him in the eyes. Then we're going to blow him a kiss. Oh no, rush shore. Does he want a kiss from us now? Oh yes, he does. Let's go to the nearest cliffs. We're on a cliffs, but they are not easy to climb. You finally manage to climb the rocks as you suddenly hear a rumble from somewhere above you. Climb the rocks further, jump off the other side of the cliff. I feel like this has taken us back too far for a reset. I guess it's good in the sense that you can try different options, but it's a little bit... And now I can't use the ladder. I find that strange. Oh, I was meant to get the tools maybe from the skelly, and then that. Right, I was meant to get the tools. Oh my goodness, I had no choice, just to stance that time, you know. I'm just gonna go through these and see if I can get to the new part ASAP. It's good that they have all cause and effects, but still. There was a wildcat hiding in the tunnel, but you didn't hit it. The bullet hit the wall and ricocheted under your feet. In the middle of the tunnel, a brook babbles merrily. Yeah. I'm gonna jump on the rocks. I'm gonna conserve my energy, swim yourself, swim further to shore, hit them in the eye, rush ashore. Don't want to counterattack, it's going to kill me. Send a kiss. Climb rocks further. The farther you climb, the closer and louder the rumble. A rock fall begins. Crawl across the side rock. Try and outrun a rockfall. It's not easier to get hit by, but suddenly it's easier. Sorry, your duffel bag clings to a rock and a huge piece of rock comes flying at you. I'm not leaving your sack. I'm gonna have to. I to remove equipment. You've managed to avoid the crush, but your equipment is lost forever. The rock falls over and the caimans are far away, but the trail back into the valley is blocked. Find another place to live. I'll find another way around the valley. You lost all your gear in the rockfall. Going over the mountains without it would be suicide, but where can you find new unknown woods? You step out onto unfamiliar clearing. Caimans, rockfall. Your misadventures are just beginning. Will I survive without my gear? Even you can survive without a gun. It's not a given that you won't go wild in the process. Suddenly a parrot lands on your shoulder. It nibbles your ear affectionately, distracting you from the gloomy thoughts. If you survive, so can the parrot. Hello hello goat. Yes, the goat survived too. He fell behind you at the tunnels, went the other way around, didn't get hit by the rockfall. He came here because someone in this world needs you. You need to get or make weapons and tools as soon as possible. So make a bow. You immediately get to work. You have no skills, so it takes a lot of time. There are quite a few young trees in the clearing that would be suitable for making bows to the eye of someone who hasn't made them before. Take a straight branch, take a branch from the curve like bows. Sure. You find a trunk that looks like it has right shape beforehand with the beautiful patterns on the bark. The bow will turn out just beautiful. The arc is cut down and clean. It needs to be trimmed. The middle of the bow will become a handle. It must be thinner and more thicker and more reliable. This one is easier to make and more importantly safer. Okay. Being safe that time round was better for me. You had some thin twine in your pockets to string the bow. There was one more important decision to be made. Make bowstring longer, make bowstring. I'm going to go for short bow. Now the bowstring is tight as a Spanish guitar string. While you were making arrows out of leftover twigs, a few seagulls flew over to watch. It's a great opportunity to try the bow in action. The bow wasn't the best you missed, but it's a good start. You just have to practice. No matter what kind of bow you have, one long-range weapon won't be enough, and the best melee weapon can be a spear made of a knife. I think that. It's not very useful. It's easier to stab them than hit. You also need tools, but you have no idea how to make them. You can only hope that there's something useful on the island. Shoreline? Maybe there's some suitable stones for an axe or something washed ashore for them to see. As you approach the shore, you suddenly hear cannon fire. There's a nearby battle ship, which means it's an opportunity to save yourself. Yes, you see a schooner of pirates chasing a caravel. The traders shoot back well, but more danger lies ahead. Yes, take it. Watch out, reefs. Total received, latecomer. At the last moment, the navigator notices you pointing at the rocks with your hand, turns the wheel, but it's too late. The caravel is rapidly submerging. The only dinghy is hit by a pirate fire and immediately sinks. Swim to rescue something's about to come ashore. You manage to catch the first crate that happens to be nearby. It's full of great tea. The pirate ship rounds the island and disappears. The waves bring ashore barrel after barrel, crate after crate, corpse after corpse. You find 9 dead sailors drowned, killed by buckshot, shot by pirates. The last sailor is still breathing. Help, please help me. I've got water, bandage wounds. I need to keep clear the water out of your lungs. Your knowledge is not enough to know how to do it. Turn it over and bang it. Do you have to make him throw up? And is that enough to save a life? Officers survive, captured, help him. What about Europe? What about home? Did anyone else survive? No, just the Navy. All 75 won't be coming home. I have a brother, Nat Bash. Tell him that I will. What do you have? You'll see him again. You'll live. Sailor shakes his head. You can barely make out the last words. Watch out for native. You continue to inspect shore. No matter what tragedy strikes, your purpose is still important. I need tools. Eventually, you fish a box of carpentry tools out of the sea. But here's the problem. It's securely locked. There's no way to get it open. A wet, swollen toolbox lies in front of you and refuses to open. You don't have an axe or a nail puller. Light the box on fire, disassemble the drawer hand, throw the box in. I'm going to light it. Oh my goodness. The wet wood starts to smoke heavily. You cough and accidentally stick your hand in the fire. The drawer still won't open. Why? He sees it means that an error has occurred. Oh, that's a shame. I think that's where I will leave it as well. Tell me your thoughts on the game. I think it's quite good if you want just a chill game or a game to play maybe with your child or friend. Just going through it is quite fun. The multiple choice is fun. There are a few things that irritated me going back so far and having to redo it just to progress was a little annoying. I think they put it back too far, but that is just a personal opinion. Unfortunately, obviously it's got an error as well, which is just unfortunate, but for the small cost of the game, it seems that you can get a few hours of gameplay, which is pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice looking game. It's a simple game, but enjoyable nonetheless. Give the video a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Take care, and until next time, ta-ta.